So, Sandra and Yeli suggested I do one of these rambling videos on the theme of regret, and it's a good topic really. I mean, I'm 24, so I'm not too old yet, but I am old enough to have regrets. I remember back when it was my older brother's 22nd birthday, I gave him a card that said, by this age, Muhammad Ali was champion of the world. What have you done? And I mean, it wasn't long until I reached the same age and he gave me the same message back in my birthday card. What have I done? And it's just funny how quickly it changes growing up. I mean, as a kid you feel unstoppable. You do have a lot of anxieties and worries and, you know, a lot of insecurity that fades as you get older, but you feel like the world is ahead of you at that age. You still imagine there's a lifetime for you to become a famous singer or footballer or actor or whatever, you know. I can remember while I was an undergraduate at uni, to earn money in the summer holidays, I went back to my old school and did odd jobs there like cleaning, gardening, painting classrooms. There was a few weeks where I'd started the work but the school hadn't broken up yet, so all the school kids were still around. And I remember during their break time I was doing something. I think I was scraping gum off a window, but I overheard a group of them having a laugh by taking a piss out of each other, pointing at me and saying, "That's what you're gonna be when you grow up." Like it was a horrifying future. I was a vision of a horror ahead of them, and it didn't bother me. I mean, I found it funny because that's just how kids are, but it did make me think, because there were so many things I wanted to be growing up, and so many of them I'll now not ever be. Well, not only that, but even if I wanted to become them, I've probably lost the opportunity already. You know, I'm far too old to become a professional footballer now, for example. The thing I regret most in my life isn't other things I could have been or could have done. You know, I don't regret my career path. I don't regret becoming a counsellor. I don't regret pissing about in school and not quite getting the grades I could have got. I don't regret the friends I've made or even the friends I've lost. And I don't even regret a very painful, I don't know, perhaps almost abusive relationship I got in with an ex-girlfriend. But I guess what I do regret is not taking the chances I could have done for future relationships. Not taking my chances in love, I guess. Something about me is that I can often use regret as a defence. Maybe some of you will relate. I'd be surprised. It's just something strange I kind of realised about myself one day. I was trying to explain it. It starts with the fact that I'm cautious with relationships anyway. I'm a shy, introverted person as it is. But I guess also the slightly abusive relationship I ended up in made me more wary about relationships in the future. You know, not only am I cautious and shy in general, but I'm now also cautious about getting into a similar situation again. I wouldn't want that, so I don't often take my chances while I have them. I hesitate a bit. And the point is, taking your chances can be a scary thing to do. You know, love is a leap of faith to some extent. And just risking possible rejection is a scary thing to do, or opening up to someone enough. So rather than daring to do that, I can often tend to wait until the chance I have slips by completely, so I can then kind of just wallow in regret and brood over this lost chance. You know, rather than actually taking the risk to see what happens, I tend to deliberately let it pass me by. You know, rather than making the effort either to find someone else who there always is, or to actually chase after this person beyond the point where it feels like they're gone. You know, for example, like people I've known that have moved to other parts of the country. Rather than making the effort to actually try and reach them regardless, I just decide, no, it's gone, the chance is gone, and I'm just going to sit here and kind of brood over it. And the point is, if you're brooding over something that's already gone, you're then kind of saving yourself having to ever risk reaching out to anything. It saves me from taking any future risks by kind of deciding it's all over already. I think I've explained that. I mean, it sounds really dumb. I know it does. But I think I do have a tendency to do that at times. Though this is getting quite long already, and I haven't said what I wanted to say about regret, because we all have regret. It's inevitable. People use that classic saying, no regrets, but that's impossible. Whatever you do in your life, there will always be things you regret doing and things you regret not doing. And we'll often blow those regrets out of proportion too, making them seem like they're the end of the world, but they're not the end of the world. They don't really mean all that much, because there's still the rest of the world ahead of you. Look to the future, I guess. Focus on exciting new opportunities you can have instead of wallowing over the ones you've missed. And even if you are 80 or 90 or whatever, there's still stuff you can do with your life, even if it's very limited by then. There's still interesting shit out there you can learn or take an interest in or want to do. Whenever I'm hit with the worry that, shit, I'm 24 now, I'm getting older, and I still haven't got much of an income or a family or anything like that, I still haven't got my life sorted, fuck. I just kind of remind myself, about the exciting stuff I do have ahead. This novel I'm writing, this YouTube channel, which, thanks to all of your support, I'm massively excited about the future of. Working as a counsellor, learning Italian. Why worry about the stuff I've lost when there's still so much I can gain? There's so much time to gain all manner of things, stuff I can't even imagine yet, stuff I wouldn't have even thought I would be interested in. So I guess the closest thing there is to a remedy for regret is just being excited about the future, being hopeful about the future, looking for the opportunities ahead. And if you can't see any opportunities ahead, then taking enough of a risk to create opportunities. Which I guess actually links back rather well to what I was saying about my defence, because if we spend our time wallowing over our regrets, it's kind of like a message telling us everything good is already gone. You've already missed all the good opportunities. Thinking that saves us the anxiety of taking the risk to see if there are any new opportunities out there. Because there always are, I think. But if we're too busy telling ourselves, nope, everything good's already gone, everything you want is behind you, then you'll just never notice the good stuff that is in front of you, or could be. You kind of just let it drift by. If you're a striker in football, and you get a good chance to score a goal, but you mess it up, you miss, you don't then give up as the striker. You still play the match. You stay alert, waiting for the next chance, instead of brooding on the last one. You keep looking for the next chance, and when that comes, you're ready to pounce and seize it. So never mind the regrets, stay alert for the next chance and be ready to pounce on it. My regrets are small ones, I think, really. I'm quite content being single at the moment. I think I did have regrets that once felt big, but they don't really matter anymore. Your perspective changes. What feels like the end of the world one day turns out to not mean nothing much. The fact is, life is a path. Not always a path you have complete control of. Like sailing a ship, you can sort of steer it, but the wind is also pushing it in one direction. It's kind of hard to go against that. I think I've understood how sailing ships work. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that the good stuff, the bad stuff, the regrets, all of it has led me to the person who I am now. And maybe I'm not always perfectly happy with my position in life. Everything's never going to be perfect anyway, and there is lots more I want to do with my life, and I guess lots more I always imagined I would have achieved by the age of 24. But I'm happy with who I am as a person. I don't regret who I've become whatsoever. I hope this doesn't sound vain, but I think I am quite a sincere person, and I try to be kind to everyone and compassionate to everyone, even people I don't get along with. I don't think I'm spoiled or arrogant. I'm not as lazy as I used to be. I care about the world. I appreciate it, and I don't take myself too seriously. I laugh quite a lot, actually. Like, although I obviously have bad habits, I don't think they're too damaging bad habits. I definitely have a lot of flaws. Somewhere at the top of the list, I think I put social anxiety, but I'm relaxed about that because I'm working on it, and I'm getting better. So, so in a way, you know, it's fine. That's something I'm working on. Just overall, I'm happy with the person I've become. More than all the little specific things we want in life, or we can regret not having or taking, or any of that stuff. The biggest regret would be to regret the person you've become. And I don't have that regret whatsoever. So, you know, and if we're always inevitably going to have some regrets, then I don't think mine are too bad ones to have.